For this assignment, we had to discover as a team what we find important. While we could not get in contact with the other 3 teammates, we too still had a nice conversation about what we find important. Quite quickly, we found out that all the goals are important to both of us in some way. In the end, we found 3 sustainability development goals that fit us the most. They are responsible consumption and production, quality education, and life on land.
On a personal level, we choose the Sustainable Development Goals because we share a common interest in environmental preservation. Additionally, we believe that one of the primary issues in our country system is more related to education than anything else. It's important to recognize that education is a key challenge as intricately involved in various aspects of how we perceive the world, how we react to it, and how we conduct our actions. Prioritizing responsible consumption and production and life on land is vital because sustainable land use is essential for biodiversity, climate regulation, and human well-being. Responsible consumption and production reduces the negative impact on land ecosystem by promoting efficient resources use and clean production. Both SDGs are linked to climate action, as the degradation contributes to the greenhouse gas emission. Human well-being depend on the sustainable land management and consumption practices. Achieving these goals aligned with the global efforts to combat climate change and protect the biodiversity, recognizing the far-reaching consequences of our actions.
In conclusion, we found some future plans that we think are possible for us to do right now, and in this way we can impact these goals ourselves. Some ideas for improving education is, for example, volunteering in countries where the education is not as good. Here you can try and help out as much as possible and bring over education that you have yourself. You could also leave some donations to give schools more resources to better their system. You can also raise awareness over the fact that this is a big problem. I think quite a lot of people are still unaware that a lot of countries have poor education, which impacts people in a lot of ways. Another small thing that could help in your own surroundings is, for example, offering tutors. Some ideas for improving life on land is, for example, ecological traveling. By traveling in an eco way, you can bring as little as possible damage to the land around you while, for example, traveling. Another thing you could do is, again, volunteering in some programs to, for example, help replant trees or regrow certain areas like corals. You could also start cleaning your own surroundings, like picking up plastics and other trash. Another simple way to leave as little footprint as possible in nature is to reuse stuff as much as possible and recycle them in the right way so they don't end up in the nature. Some ideas for helping with responsible consumption and production is mainly to watch where you're buying your stuff and also what you're doing with your old stuff. You should not buy stuff that you don't need and you will throw away after a while. This only brings out more production that is not needed. You should also buy from stores that will have the best possible production processes possible without doing too much damage to their surroundings. It's also good to reuse secondhand stuff instead of buying new stuff every time. This was our view on the sustainability development goals and how we would like to improve in our own way.